Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is a two-headed giant match, modern. Let's see, 3 lands, so I'll keep that. I'm running out my mono white life gain. Looks like my partner... It's kind of hard to judge what he's playing. I mean, the only card I can see is Rev. And that doesn't tell you that any particular deck type that he's playing, but you know, he might be playing Bank Control, which would work kind of well with my deck. So let's see what happens. Okay, we've got green, Dryad Militant. Blue. So... Oh, okay, he did. I thought for a second there that he didn't throw down the suspend on that, and I was like, why would you pay for the land if you weren't going to use it? Okay. More green. Second Militant. Dude, I can just block. Even if you giant... you could giant growth. I don't care if I lose the wall. You have to burn... You burned a giant growth to get rid of my wall. Congratulations. And yes, I'm being completely condescending about that play because that was really dumb. He wasn't using his giant growth strategically. He was just throwing it away right there. Experiment 1. Haven't seen him in quite a while. And even if he giant growths here, it doesn't matter. Aspect of Hydra. My guy dies, we gain 2... What are you doing? You can't make him deader than dead. I'm just glad this guy isn't my partner. Because so far, this guy is an idiot. Unfortunately for my partner, he hasn't drawn anything. Let's see. Oh, he's running black. Interesting. I would not have expected that based on what I've seen. Or red. You, my friend, are quite tricky. Trickier than I gave you credit for. And what does my partner have to do? Well, let's go ahead and basically screw over this guy's board. You were an idiot with your boost spells. Now you can suck it while I destroy 2 of your creatures. And go ahead and block. I don't really care. He has gotten everything. He's done everything that I needed him to do. And now you've thrown away your last creature, and you're effectively useless to your partner now. Oh, good creature. Didn't expect to see that on the other side of the board, but okay. Okay, so he did rev for 2. Wow. Well, come on, guys. And I'm not blocking. Congratulations, you used giant growth correctly for once. Too bad my partner didn't want you to get away with it. So, depending on what we'll see what he bounces. Bounces my guy. Okay. It's understandable when the only other thing to bounce would be a land. So if I draw a land, that'll be 5 mana, and I can't really do anything else. If I don't draw a land, and I draw something else that I could play. What is he up to? Mind drawing land 2 turns in a row right now, because the highest casting cost in my deck is 6, and I've got my 2 heavy hitters already in my hand. Revelark. That is annoying. But my partner has this. And he'd only get the Cloudskate if he did it right now. No combo for you. And that really is annoying, because even if I drop my lands that I need, I'm now a turn back. But I didn't. My partner's out of gas. I could save for Crib Swap. But what we really need is threats on the board. And something I was just thinking of is, because my partner's playing Sphinx's Revelation and I'm playing a life gain deck, basically, when it enters the battlefield, return target non-land permanent to its owner's control, or to its owner's hand. You know, I hear people talk about it a lot, you know, using your life total as a resource. But it doesn't really hit you until you're playing a deck where you're gaining life, so that you can basically go, yeah, go ahead and hit me in the face, because I don't care. For example, depending on what these guys do, and depending on how long it takes me to get 6 mana, if I can fire off Beacon of Immortality soon enough, it'll be like, okay, now I've got a lot more life, and I don't really care about what you can do. When it enters, return. How much does this cost? 7 to flashback. That's annoying. Since my Oracle would just be a chump blocker at this point, I don't really see any point in playing it or crib swapping the Baloth, since a 4-4 versus a 4-5, big deal. But what's really unfortunate is the fact that I'm not getting any more mana. Which is turning out to be quite unfortunate. I mean, given the green player's ineptitude, I'm not really getting the opportunity to capitalize on it. Sacrifice or return an enchantment to its owner's hand. Well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't play O-Ring yet. Well now. Nice. That'll turn things around. Flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, and lifelink. Still haven't drawn another land. Man, this guy is really annoying. When it leaves the battlefield, put target non-land permanent on top of its owner's library. The thing that I'm slightly... Oh, well, it's not in Graveyard anyway. I was going to say I was afraid that Revelark might become viable by killing off creatures, but this is the first creature of his to die. And now all we have to do is weather the storm because they're out of gas, both of them. And on my next land draw, I'll be able to put us back on top. And also, they need to start thinking about the fact that my partner can just keep playing Chromanticore Bestowed, punching them for 8, gaining us 8. It's been awfully nice for them, the fact that they've had an answer for the Chromanticore, but they aren't always going to have an answer. If I can draw a land... then we should be doing all right. Nope, we're dead. And then what do I do? I could play Oracle Nectar so that I could block. And then we just die to flying. I could exile one of his creatures, but we'd still die to flying. Just one life short. One land short. Actually, what am I talking about? Not one life short. He can still fly for 8. Even if I were to crib swap one of them. Hey. You know, I don't blame you for this loss. I blame me, because, turn 10, and I only have 5 land. And there you go. That's what happens when you don't get the mana when you need it. Even one of your opponents is an honest-to-God idiot. Let's see if we're actually going to play a match or whether somebody's going to quit. Because it's not easy to actually get a match when you're playing on multiplayer. Because it seems like a lot of people do it by accident, or they just get so mad from how the first game went that they don't want to play a second game. And honestly, I didn't expect this to be a match. I thought it was just a one game. But I'm actually kind of glad that it's a match. At least this way, you know, if we get to play this out, my deck might perform better. And I might actually get to take advantage of the green idiot. That's a good hand. Mine's okay, but I do have 3 land, which is kind of rare for the shuffler to actually give me. The thing I'm wondering about is why he got to go first. He didn't lose. Usually when you're playing, the loser gets to choose whether they want to go first in the second game. Alright, Spirit Link is helpful. It allows me to neutralize a creature, or to boost one of my partner's creatures, or to boost one of my creatures. Should I go for the Spirit Link on Experiment 1 already? Got nothing else to do. I'm just worried that his partner will be able to undo it. But at least he won't be able to do anything this turn. Because of the way the turn order is, his partner has to do it after, which allows me to do it again. And I'm trying to strategize. I'm trying to figure out what move I need to make next. Interesting. Well, he's smart enough to realize that until that enchantment goes away, his Experiment 1 is useless. I was actually kind of expecting him to swing with it and throw, like, double giant growth on it, to the horror of his partner. Be 4 mana, would allow him to do this when he wanted. Is this? Yeah, it is an instant. Now I need to start drawing land. No, not yet, not yet! Well, wait a minute. Planets put it in a graveyard from the battlefield. Okay, so he does lose that Rancor, so I guess it is a good way to play it. Oh, you son of a bitch. But it's gonna die if you attack with it. You're gonna deal 4 damage. I'm gonna gain 2 life, so you're gonna deal 2 damage. Lose your guy. Okay, you'll deal 4 damage. 8 damage. Oh. And it lives. But congratulations, you're down to a single card. And you're pinning your hopes on a single creature. That I can get rid of on my turn. Come on, deck. Let me draw land. 3 land in a row would not be a bad thing. Really depends on what you want to do, partner. Honestly, I think I'd go with the breeding pool untapped and and throw out Glittering Wish. I don't know exactly what's in your deck, but I'm sure there's some really nice stuff in there that you could get. Oh, he sent me a message. It didn't show up. And it means that I don't have to worry about O-ringing the creature. You know, I could really use, like that lone missionary wouldn't be a bad thing right now. Though, I would much rather be drawing lands. All creatures without flying. Boom. And I did not get a land. But I did get Grand Abolisher, but it really doesn't help all that much. These guys aren't really playing the kind of decks that do things on my turn. Might as well throw the other one on there too. Sorry for the radio silence. I was debating just then what the best use of the O-ring would be, and I was doing the math. Taking out an O-ring would mean that he'd be able to do 8 damage to us, 4-4, and then the 4-2. If I took out the Mole Drifter, the green guy would be able to throw the enchantments onto the Aether's Snipe, and it would deal 8 damage. But it would also mean that he'd basically have to dedicate his own turn to making his partner's creature an 8-4. Oh, and he didn't. Thank you. When it enters the battlefield, so it doesn't do anything when it dies. So, are we gonna get the little Drake guy? Does he have the little Drake guy? You realize my partner can just block and then sacrifice his creature to get his land? Your partner would have had to give your guy trample for anything to have happened. And unfortunately, Divine Reckoning is useless at the moment. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Right now would be a good time to get to glittering wish for something. Again, I don't know what's in your deck. You do have a lot of rare and mythic cards in your deck, so I'm sure that you have a good card for any situation. Now, to be honest, I mean, I know you could go for an utter end, and get rid of that. Okay, finally got another land. But I'm going to O-ring the Predator Ooze, since it's indestructible, and that also limits what the green guy can do, because right now he has 2 Rancors in his hand and a 3rd card. So I'll target creature you control and then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Unless you target the one with the Muldrifter underneath, you're going to... Okay, so he did. I was going to say, he was going to do me a favor by permanently exiling the Predator Ooze. Because that's a trick that I learned years ago when O-Ring came out. Was when this goes onto the stack, bouncing the O-Ring, the ability on stack still goes off. And then the O-Ring is back in your hand so that you can cast it again. And honestly, dude, if I was you, I'd blink the Muldrifter. Flashback the blink. You're gonna flashback the Aether Snipe. You do realize that that isn't going to do anything, really. I've got the O-Rings still in my hand. I can get rid of the Predator Ooze. Oh. Didn't count on that. That was all on his at the end of my turn. I was not expecting that. I thought that that was at the end of his partner's turn. 'Cause I'm an idiot. And this is just turning into a repeat of the last match. I hope you have... Let's see here. What did he get? Exile. Nice. Now, if I can just draw some land... You know, what would be really nice is if I could draw some land. That actually doesn't help you. Because my partner can do a number of things. For example, he could Lightning Helix Experiment 1 right now. He could Utter End Experiment 1. He would then still have the mana to do other things. He's throwing out Thrun. And of course I didn't draw a land. Why would I ever want to draw another land in this game? Now, yeah, I was gonna say, now would be the perfect time for that. So, we know what the green player has in his hand. 2 copies of Rancor. We know what I can do about it. The only thing I can do is to O-ring the Leatherback Maloth. Or if I draw a Crib Swap. But that also wouldn't be the best solution, because then he could just throw the Rancors on the creature token. What I need is... Oh, tricky. Could have tapped it for the green mana and thrown a regeneration shield on Thrun. This guy is really annoying. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. If he comes into play untapped, that would mean he could rev for 2 and Utter End. He could cast Chromanticore and Utter End. Nope, he's going with the Bestow. And no land. any boost in his hand, his creature is going to live through this. And there you go. Now we're pretty much dead. The only thing you can O-ring is Kitchen Finks or one of your side's things. You can't touch Thrun, and it doesn't exile land. Why would you do that exactly? When you could have just flashed back Blink on the Drake and then played the acid again. Well, I guess this is effectively the same thing if he does that. If he flashes back the Blink, he can get it into play again. The only good thing right now is that neither one of them have a hand. Come on. Another merciless eviction would be nice. What did he play? Gaze of Granite. Destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost X or less. Okay. And I still didn't draw land. We're still not dead. So he could, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could Uttering End this, and then have nothing else to do. Five mana. Let's throw out Boon Reflection. And if I draw and land next turn, we might actually survive. I'll send that. He does have that Geist thing. If he does, we're dead regardless of whether I attack or not, but okay. Managed to make it through another turn. Yes, we did. You know, you could use All Sun's Dawn. Come on, give me a land. Give me a land. You piece of shit. 4 would put this up to a 7-7. So I have to O-ring the Baloth and hope that the O-ring sticks. Well, when you're exactly 1 mana away from turning the game around, I'm not the kind of person who gives up that easy. Where did this go? What did this enchant? Game. Game, what did this enchant? You're supposed to show me what it enchanted, game. He went for the land. Okay, if I get a land, then him doing that will be quite the folly. Because we will gain 20 life, and I will get a 5/5. But if I don't draw a land, because the shuffler is a piece of crap, sacrifice him and get a blue so that you could rev if you wanted to. I'm trying to think. Exile all creatures wouldn't be a... That's if my partner is still here. He only has 2.5 minutes left on his clock. Dude, sack Sakura Tribe Elder. You can't cast it, can you? Dude, what are you doing? Cast some stuff! You already blew your chance to rev, so you might as well cast some stuff. Give me a land. Thank you. Acidic reality acid in play. Play the O-ring again. Blah 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 blah. Why didn't you play the O-ring again? Sack the tribe. Now that I'm online with the life gain, you don't really have to worry about blocking. Ah, he accidentally did that. Aha! I will put a counter on my land. Take that, flying giant. And I'm the only one with enough time to play a third game. My partner's gonna die almost immediately. The green player is gonna die pretty soon after. And then the blink guy is gonna die. I mean, I could probably just play for time and win. which I might just have to do since my partner only has has only 7 seconds on his clock. Which is very unfortunate. I will keep, since I got 4 land this time. So, partner is dead. Alright, 5 land. Nice. Okay, so that we won't see that for a little while. Wow, didn't see him for quite a while. He leaves the battlefield. Did he play him with Evoke? No, he hardcasted him. Oh, it's a sorcery. Duh. Okay. So the green player is down to a minute. Should be alright. I will block the 3/3. He most likely has giant growths and all that kind of crap in his hand, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, he's going for face! Well, this is incredibly unfortunate because it looks like I am going to die long before I get the chance to do anything good. But I will be able to block the green guy. Doubles to 18, or I can gain 10 and go to 19. He'll do, yeah, so let's do Feud Killer's Verdict. Go to 19, he'll deal 8 on his turn. And Dead Partner. So now it's just the two of us. I don't know how long I can keep this up. Oh, this is funny. there's no way that I'm going to keep Oracle of Nectars. That was close. The number of beacon draws was ridiculous. But I want to see exactly how much time he had left on his clock. 38 seconds. That came down to 38 seconds between a win and a loss. Well, that was a long drawn out fight. If you guys liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.